following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Arizona, Brother Mike is back on the radio, hardcorechristianity.com. Hey, thank you for tuning in today, folks. The Bible study, Funding the Police. Folks, you're going to be shocked on this one. The devil's pulling an end around on us. Bad news on the horizon. They're now funding the police. Hey, you call somebody and tell them radio program's on. This is going to be a very controversial program today. I'm going to need your support on it. I'm going to do these announcements while you make that call. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center in Central Phoenix. We're on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. It's the red brick building. HardcoreChristianity.com is the website. If you go there, you'll notice we have 2 live services every week, 7 o'clock Arizona time, Mountain time. Both these services, Thursday and Friday, have preaching, teaching, healing, and deliverance. Both of them are on our streaming channel. YouTube.com/House of Healing AZ. You can go there to watch it at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. Sister Karen's on the homepage of the website, ready to list your house for sale. Please remember the PayPal button when you go to the website and send us another donation as you have for the last 20 years. Please sign up for one of our free seminars. We are also going to be having women's seminars. Those are in the process of being developed right now. Don't forget about my deliverance class, the 4th Saturday of every month at noon. It's free at the Arizona Deliverance Center. Send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com, if you need a religious exemption for the satanic vaccine, or you need the miracle list, a step-by-step guide to healing and deliverance. I'll send them out to you immediately. Please remember our Zoom deliverance service every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. May God richly bless you. Funding the police. Oh, man. Can you believe the rise in crime? It's unreal. Murders, assaults, robberies, Satan taking over. Satan is pulling a fast one on us, folks. He's beating us. He's outsmarting us. It's happening again. It's happening right before our eyes. Here's what happened. Listen to me carefully. I know this is going to sound nuts. There is no way to take over a country if the citizens have weapons. Okay? There's a couple 100 million guns. 300 million, I think it is. I can't remember the exact number. Trust me, it's a lot. Guns that are being purchased and bought by citizens of the United States. With Obama and Biden in the presidents, as president, more guns were sold than any time in history. Obama and Biden have triggered people to go out and buy guns. It was utterly amazing. Every time they talk about gun control, people run to the gun shops to buy guns. People who own gun shops, these people are filthy rich now. Thanks to Biden and thanks to Obama, they have put them on their permanent Christmas list. Couldn't be any better. Obama and Biden armed the United States of America. Well, listen, you can't take over a country unless the citizens have been disarmed. Take, for example, Venezuela. Take, for example, Ukraine. The Ukraine people, the government took away their guns. They don't even know how to use guns. Now that the Russians are invading, all of them need guns. They all should have had guns. Guns are meant to keep crooked governments out of your living room. That's the purpose of a gun. They took all the guns away from the citizens of Venezuela, and guess what happened? The dictator simply moves in and takes over, and there's nothing you can do about it. They are going to come for your guns here in America. That is the number one priority on their agenda. They are going to get them. They're going to use sneaky laws to get them. And the devil is using a system where he does an end around. First, he had a psycho cop kill a black man in downtown Minneapolis in front of 5 people with their cell phones out filming him. The guy had his knee on the guy's neck. He was in handcuffs. There was no reason to put your knee on his neck. There was no reason for it. The demons forced him to do it. They told him to do it. They encouraged him to do it. Then when he saw he was being filmed, the demons told him to keep doing it. Well, that murder triggered Satan's move over the entire United States, particularly the Democrat-run cities. Suddenly you had riots. Suddenly you had arson. Suddenly you had murders. You had everything going on in the major cities, most of them the Democrat-run cities. They were burning the place down. Then after that, the defund police movement moved in and said, hey, we've got to defund the police here. The police are no good. They're robbers, they're thieves, they're killers, they're murderers, they're hunting down black people, they're shooting them like it's hunting season. They ran all these lies. The devil ran all these fear-based lies through our society. And, of course, it was all lies. None of that was ever true. Some psycho cop in Minneapolis did not represent the police officers in the rest of the country. So they started defunding the police. They turned on the cops. They hated the cops. They gave them nothing but bad publicity, and on it went. Well, the devil then accelerated crime all over the place. Carjackings everywhere. Auto theft up 21% all over the country, right? Murder rates up 35% all across the country, right? Identity theft, the number one crime now. Last year, over 400,000 people filed reports with the police department saying that identities had been stolen and they had lost all kinds of money. Ransomware from 2019 to 2020 in 2 years went up 311%. $350 million was paid out on ransomware crimes. Crimes were going everywhere while the Democrat-run cities principally were defunding the police. Okay? Now guess what the devil's doing? He's refunding the police. Now he's telling everybody, hey, do you see all this crime? Oh my gosh, look at all this Asian violence. Most of the Asian violence crimes are committed by who? African Americans. Look at all this Asian crime. They're being assaulted on the streets. Look at all these carjackings in San Francisco. Look at all this crime in New York City. Look at all this homelessness. Look at all these mentally ill people running around your park. Look at all these tents right across from multi-million-dollar homes all over California. You got to refund the police and start being nice to them. Look at all this homelessness and poverty and mental illness. Look at all these crises. You need cops for that. The devil is now promoting police officers. Why is that? Well, listen, in 1997, under President Clinton, the devil got the 1033 program approved. Okay? And this was a program that allowed the military to sell military-grade equipment and weapons to police forces all across the United States to combat the war on drugs. That was the concept the devil used to promote the 1033 program. It passed, okay? And all across the United States, 8,000, if you can believe this, over 8,000 law enforcement agencies got $7 billion worth of excess military equipment sent to their police departments. All they had to do was pay the transportation costs, and the police department got the equipment and the weapons and the guns free. They gave them to them for free. Well, Michael Brown got shot by a cop in 2014, and the Black Lives Matter movement was founded. And after Michael Brown got shot, They tried to claim it was murder. After the Obama administration investigated the case, they realized it wasn't murder, it was legitimate self-defense. Michael Brown, in essence, killed himself. Well, when Obama saw that, he put restrictions on the 1033 program, but in 2017, Trump lifted those restrictions. He lifted those restrictions. What's happening here? Revelation chapter 9, verse 21 is in the process of being fulfilled, and it will be completely fulfilled in the tribulation. After all the plagues and judgment fall on humanity, Revelation 9, it says at the end of the chapter, quote, neither repented they of their murders, their sorceries, their fornications, or their thefts. Thefts, stealing, and murder are going to be crimes that are commonly committed during the tribulation. It's going to be normal. And if you go right now to San Francisco, Los Angeles, Baltimore, St. Louis, East St. Louis, New York City, if you go to New Jersey, what have you, you will see murders, and Chicago, thefts, carjackings, raiding department stores. 50 to 100 to 150 people will coordinate on social media and crash into a store and steal all their stuff. And nothing can be done to stop it. What's happening here? The devil is now refunding the police because his ultimate goal is to use the police to come get your guns. And that's exactly what's going to happen. The police department, whom everyone is praising now and supporting now, later on will be used by the government to come out to get your guns. Yeah, there'll be fights, there'll be shootouts, absolutely, and a lot of people are going to die, but it doesn't matter to the government, because in the long run, at the end of the day, they are going to get our guns. And once they take the guns from the people, we will be facing Venezuela. We will be facing Ukraine. We will be sitting around absolutely defenseless as the government, through the power of Satan, takes over this country and turns us into the tribulation. Revelation chapter 9, verse 21, no matter what judgments come upon us from God during the tribulation, human beings will not repent of their crimes. Their major crimes are sorcery, murders, fornicating, sex crimes, kiddie sex, and thefts. The cops someday will be our enemy.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.